Alrighty, how y'all doing this evening? It's your girl here. Came to talk with y'all a little bit about my fibroid saga. I'm really glad I've been talking about it because a lot of women have come forward telling me about their stories, and I think this is something that we don't talk about as women. I think maybe we were made to feel shame about being on our periods, and I'm gonna say yes, we were, because as a kid, I remember hiding my tampons and sanitary napkins if I had to go to the restroom, because you would be teased. Boys would plug it up or some junk like that. It was always a thing. So I think we were made to feel kind of shame about our menstrual cycles, like it's a secret. Don't tell nobody you're on your period, kind of thing. And we have all kind of stuff going on that no one seems to talk about. I think for me, and I've been doing a little research and reading articles and feedback for what people were saying about their own experiences and such. So I'm kind of immersed in it, and I just wanted to share and just kind of reflect on my own story. So I think I remember reading somewhere that if you start your menstrual cycle early, you may have issues with fibroids. Now, I started my cycle, I was in the 6th grade. I didn't know exactly what it was. I was like, oh, what's that? My mom was so excited. I was like, oh my God, kind of thing. And I started having an irregular cycle that next year, my 7th grade year. I have keloid skin. If you ever see these scars on me, I do have keloid skin. And back then, I was taking these treatments. It was like these injections to try to make it go away. And child, long story on that. I might do a video on keloid skin and my saga with that. I look like I always got some stuff going on, but hey, that's life. Well, so my parents, we thought, okay, maybe it's the medication from the injections, because I don't remember what it was they were injecting into me. But we thought maybe that was messing up my cycle. And so we stopped doing the injections and tried to find another route, surgery, which was horrible. But back to the fibroids, we went to the gynecologist. They suggested birth control pills to regulate the cycle. So I was on birth control pills at least from the age of 12. And for the most part, it regulated my cycle. I took my pill. It did that. As an adult, at least twice in my lifetime, 2 different times, I got off the pill. One time I thought maybe I was wanting to have a baby. And so my gynecologist recommended being off for a while. But that thought kind of passed and that whole situation changed. So I got back on. And I think my cycle became irregular again. During that time, I hadn't been diagnosed with the fibroids just yet. And then maybe maybe at least 10 years from that particular period of time, I was having high blood pressure issues, and my gynecologist at that time suggested getting off the pill to help regulate the blood pressure. He was like, you're not trying to conceive a child? I'm like, child, no. And so that brought, oh my God, some excruciating pain. Now, backing up a little bit, the fibroids were discovered. I was at work and I started feeling pain, and I'm like, what is this pain? And so long story short, they run tests. They find out it's fibroids, okay? And doctor said, if it don't bother you, don't bother it. So the second time he took me off the pill, those cramps hit me. Oh my God, I thought somebody was stabbing me in my vagina, okay? It was horrible. And the period was every 7 days on, 7 days off. It was just horrible. I'm like, Jesus, what are we doing? So he tried to find me a pill that would keep my blood pressure steady. That didn't happen. I ended up taking the one I took the first time. But nevertheless, I don't even think he mentioned anything about it being related to fibroids. Just an irregular cycle. Me thinking like, okay, this just must be something I have. I think had I known then that was a factor, maybe I would have, I don't know, tried to do something different. He probably would have offered me a hysterectomy. Matter of fact, I think he did offer me a hysterectomy back then. And I was like, no. So we got back on the pill. Well, it wasn't until recently, in December, I went for my well woman exam. And I noticed that, okay, my cycle is starting early. Now, I'm on the pill 28 days. The week before it was supposed to start, I'm like cramping and spotting. I'm like, well, what the hell is going on? And I'm thinking, well, maybe because December is a long month, My foot doctor put me on this medication for my Achilles tendon, and I'm thinking, well, maybe the medication is doing something. All right, so, get to the gynecologist. He said something feels funny. We do the ultrasound, all this good stuff. Find out that the fibroids have grown and my uterus is enlarged. And, of course, like I told you before, he wants to do the hysterectomy. So I'm noticing this month, my cycle is supposed to start next week. Guess who's bleeding? And I'm like, well, dang, I don't know. I guess it's all a part of it. It's frustrating. Now, I did order this tea that will help shrink the fibroids, and another tea for cramps, and I'll share that information in the description. I just started drinking it, so we'll see how that goes. I'm also trying to change up my diet, really researching foods that are good for you and foods you should avoid when dealing with fibroids. So this week, I was a little discouraged because it's like, dang, I got to be careful to see if this doggone period just going out of the blue start, because it's kind of bleeding, then it kind of stops, and it's like, hey, here I am, and then it's like, nope, I'm going again. I'm just sick of it. I'm so sick of it. I haven't heard anything back from my doctor yet. I'm gonna give it a little time. And if I don't hear anything back within the next couple weeks, I think I will reach out to them and be like, hey, did you forget about me? Or I may just go on and consult some of these other physicians that people have referred me to see what they're talking about, because, I'm tired of it. I haven't had to deal with this in a while, thank God. The cramps has just been hell, but their regular cycle is even worse. I have to change up how I wear my underwear. I know that might be TMI, but I like to wear different kinds of underwears. Now I have to wear panties, So anyway, I had a little time, just wanted to share that with you. So if y'all have any comments you want to give me about your experiences, any questions, comments, or concern, please feel free to comment. Follow me on what they say, subscribe to my channel so you can hear more about what's going on with me. And as I get more information, I'll share it. All right, y'all have a good night.